Now on SmackDown, they had Charlotte Flair in the ring to announce the lineup so far for the Women's Royal Rumble match, and as you would expect, they are relying on names from the past because they don't have enough women on the main roster right now to do a 30-person match. Some NXT names, I guarantee you, are going to be added. They usually do that, but they may have to rely on more NXT names than usual. They haven't announced any just yet. The biggest blow came yesterday when WWE announced that Sasha Banks is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks after she suffered a foot injury at a live event in North Carolina. She had an MRI done, nothing is broken, but she has a bruised bone and she is at home undergoing physical therapy. That takes her out of the Royal Rumble, and she was my early pick to win. The good news is that she'll be back well before WrestleMania. But so far in the Women's Rumble, we've got Rhea Ripley, Nikki Cross, Nikki and Brie, the Bella Twins, Shotzi Blackheart, Natalya, Michelle McCool, Dana Brooke, Carmella, Queen Zelina, Tamina, Kelly, boy, what a lineup this is, Aaliyah, Summer Rae, who said that it was supposed to be a surprise, but I guess they changed their minds, Naomi, Shayna Baszler, Lita, and the returning Mickie James, the reigning Impact Knockouts champion, Mickie James. That came out of nowhere. WWE getting in on some of that Forbidden Door action. They even had Pat McAfee acknowledge her on commentary as the Impact Knockouts champion. I don't think WWE is suddenly changing its business philosophy. I think they realized they needed names. They made this mess, and now they have to figure out a way out of it. I don't know if Mickie even has a contract with Impact, or if her contract is actually with the NWA because she works for both. But they acknowledged her on TV and on Twitter as the Impact Knockouts champion. She has been the champion since October. She just retained in a Texas death match against Deonna Purrazzo last night at the Impact Hard to Kill pay-per-view. But Mickie James was fired less than a year ago, and she made that big stink on social media about WWE shipping her belongings back to her in a hefty bag. Triple H, that guy that used to work there, he tweeted later that they were appalled by what happened and they fired the person responsible, that being Mark Carrano. Even forgetting Garbagegate, put that on the side, they fired her. She was one of many, many, many people they fired last year. And she is right back less than a year later. They all come back. Now, if you needed any more proof that they're running on fumes in terms of these names, Charlotte, the Smackdown Women's Champion, announced that she will be in the Royal Rumble match. And when she wins, she's going to choose her own opponent for WrestleMania. Now, it was fun when Brock was the champion and he was in the Rumble a couple of years ago. The way they worked that was perfect. I loved that. It was one of my favorite Rumbles they've done in the last few years. Gave us that great moment where McIntyre Claymore kicked Brock out of the ring. There are ways to do this and set up a new challenger for WrestleMania. But this is what the Rumble card looks like as of this morning. We have Brock Lesnar against Bobby Lashley. We have Roman Reigns defending the Universal title, possibly against Seth Rollins. Becky Lynch defends her Raw Women's Championship against the winner of the triple threat match in Philly tomorrow night between Liv Morgan, who's already lost twice to Becky, Doudrop, who lost 3 straight matches on TV to Bianca Belair, and Bianca, who should win, but then they give the match away at the Rumble. They should be waiting until WrestleMania to do that. So I have a feeling Bianca and Doudrop are going to cancel each other out, and we're getting a third match between Becky and Liv. We've got Edge and Beth Phoenix against The Miz and Maurice, and the 2 Rumble matches. That should be the complete card. I mean, maybe they add a tag team match on the kickoff, but I don't think they're going to have room to add much more than that, with the 2 Rumble matches on there. So that is the lineup as of today.